All right. We will now begin our next lesson, which will take place in section 7.6. When we get to class, we will also go over section 7.5, but that will be done in class, so we won't take any notes of it right now. We're focusing on 7.6, which deals with circles. It can be found on this page. Let's just go right in. Once again, we got some definitions that you will need to write down. So a circle is a set of points in a plane that are all the same distance from a given point called the center. You can name a circle by its center. Circle O is shown to the right. So you see you have a circle right here. Now this definition, it says it's a set of points in a plane that are all the same distance from the circle. So basically, if you think about a circle, so here you have a center, and if you go from the center to the edge, no matter what direction you go in, you're going to go the exact same distance. That's what a circle is. Every edge of it, wherever you go, is the exact same distance from the center as any other starting point on the edge. A circle is the only shape like that. Like if you think of a square, if you're in the corner is further from the center than like the side is. So you've got to really read this and just think about it for a minute to understand what it's saying. All right. A radius is a segment, meaning a line segment, that connects the center of a circle to like the edge is what it's talking about. So like for instance, line segment OB is a radius of circle O. So OB, that's the line right there. A diameter is a line segment, that passes through the center of a circle and has both endpoints on the circle. So like segment AC is a diameter of circle O. So you see you can go from A, goes through O, and on to C. But remember, when you name a line segment, you just name its endpoints. So you don't bother to put, even though the O is on the line, we don't bother mentioning that. All right, next here we have a central angle is an angle with its vertex at the center of a circle. So you have angle AOB is the central angle of circle O. So you see angle AOB. That's an angle right there. A chord is a segment that has both endpoints on the circle. So a chord, is a segment that has both endpoints in the circle. It doesn't have to pass through the center. A diameter does. Remember, see, a diameter has both endpoints on the circle, just like a chord, but a diameter has to pass through the center. A chord doesn't have to. It can, but it doesn't have to. All right, so notice that a center angle is formed by two radii. Two radii lying in the same line form a diameter. So you see, just kind of trying to point this out here, that like if you look here, this center angle, each of these lines by themselves is a radius. If you cover up half of this, you have a radius. So two radius put together going in the same direction is a diameter. Important just little things to know there, okay? Last thing we're going to do for circles is this. You need to define an arc. An arc is part of a circle, okay? Like this blue thing right here. This blue line is an arc, okay? It's just the outer edge of it. It's the curved part of the circle. A semicircle is the orange part right here. It goes all the way from W to S. So a semicircle is half a circle. So I did these here. So we have circle P. Remember, we label it by the center, and the center here is labeled with P. So this is circle P. S to T, S all the way to T, and T to W, those are arcs. A semicircle is if I went from S to T to W all the way. See, it's a semicircle. It cuts it in half. Like if you go straight across, look, see, that's half the circle. All right? You use 3 letters to name an arc that is a semicircle or longer. Like I could name a one that's longer, like I could go from T to W to S. And I would pass through R, but I don't have to mention the R because once I say I'm going from T to W, I know which direction I'm going in. And then I say, now I need to go to S, so I'm going the same direction all the way around. And if you look, that would be a bigger circle, a bigger arc. Or I could go from T all the way to S, and then say I'm going to go to W. So if I went from T to S to W, whoosh, that's almost all the way back around. That's a really big arc around the circle, okay? So just know those definitions. This is a short video, and like I said, we will cover some stuff from section 7.5 in class. So make sure you get all these definitions down, and see you in class.